All right, 2013 Subaru WRX. We're going to get at the passenger side valve cover gasket today. I've got the gasket, a Mao, new one. It's leaking onto the exhaust manifold. I'm going to start by taking the wheel off and the underbelly cover. Let's get at it. Those weren't that tight. Huh. I better torque those some more next time. Well, the wheel didn't fall off. Not so. Don't need much height, but I'm 6'5", so working on the valve cover gasket with a lot of height is my bag. Okay, yes, I put a jack stand underneath here, Mom. In addition to my floor jack. I don't like using the impact on my lug nuts, it seems. With my cheap Harbor Freight socket set, kind of hacks up my nuts. Who's gone near you? Okay. This will just give us more space to take things off. I know I don't have to take it off. Alright, so my car's got this TBW underbelly cover. I'm going to take that off. Still a whole bunch of 10 millimeters. It'll just give me a lot of access up to the valve cover on this side. Let's have at it. Ouch. Ah, a couple of them were 12s, that's right. Yeah, more than a couple. All right. Okay. So now we get a look at where it's leaking from. There's the edge of the valve cover, and you can see oil right down on the exhaust here. Next thing, we're going to go to the top here and remove the intake and get us access from above here. Disconnect the MAF, sensor. Whoa. And next we'll work on this guy. Alright. Took off a couple of nuts up here. There's a bolt down there. I'm still taking this one off. And then I think I can get it. Might be hearing that. Let me get this pipe off then. That's a bear to get this pipe off. Moses. It's, God. Wow. Damn. Okay. Now I should be able to dig this crap out. Okay. Yay. Whew. Next up, we're going to take the, you can see one there, the nuts off, bolts off for the coils, and hopefully get the coils out of there. I think I'll... Okay, a little back spasm got in the way there, but currently taking those coils off. You can see I got a 12 millimeter socket. That's what they are on the coils. Boy, the wires came off easy. The connector kind of fell off. I'm going to have to watch that. I'm going to get a socket down there and get the other one out. The last coil. All right, coils are out. Next up, we've got a couple of hoses right here, like PVC. I'm going to pop off, and I got to get this wires still connected, wiring harness, and then we'll start getting the bolts out from the valve cover.
Tough to see. I got the hose just barely coming off. They are so hard and stuck on there. I'm going to try taking the valve cover off and then be able to pull those hoses off. I'm hopeful.
Alright, I got all my bolts out. This is the one with the ground at the bottom. Stuck them in that cardboard so we know the different lengths. Let me get my light. So, now I still have those hoses on there. And what I did was the valve cover, of course, was still stuck on there. Sucker's been on there for 13 years. How old's this car? No, it's a 2013, 12 years. Been on there for 12 years. Edit. So what I did, I did put just a screwdriver on the valve cover, not on anywhere near the gasket. And just gave that a little tap with a rubber mallet, and she came loose there. So it's a little loose, drop down. And so now I'm going to try to pull and see if I can get these freaking hoses to come off. Please hold. All right, the valve cover's out. Oh, biggest bear was getting the PCV hoses off. And I actually couldn't get this one off of this side. It's gacked, but it's not all the way through. I mean, I'm going to try to get some replacements and work on it, but put it back together for now with the new gasket. And I'll just be able to cut these off in the future when I do the repair. This one I think is okay. It was pretty tough to get off as well. It's a bit gacked. It's down in there, but I think it'll be okay. But man, those hoses are hard. That's what she said. And things to make this easier, I forgot to mention, I took off the power steering reservoir just to kind of loosen it up. That hose is back in now. That gave me ability to move this hose a little bit better and get in there. I also took the bolt out of the reservoir for the coolant, so I was able to move this sucker some more. All right, the other thing is, when I took the valve cover off, seemed like a little bit of crud kind of got on the top camshaft. So I vacuumed it, shop vac'd it, sprayed it with brake clean with a towel under it, and then since I just sprayed the camshaft with brake clean a little bit there, I'm going to throw on some assembly lube I have. You could put some oil on. I just don't want to have to do like a super dry start since I freaking brake clean the thing. Now what I'm going to do is clean up the gasket surface in the engine, because you never have enough brake clean. I'll do that, and we'll clean up this baby here. Ah, it's cold. I especially actually scraped off the gasket a bit. The RTV, the factory puts in there, and I'll show you where those points are that you want to put in. You don't want to put it on the whole gasket. It's just two locations essentially. Okay, so we'll just kind of clean things up here. All right, the gaskets are out. Boy, were that stuck in there. This thing, and where it was in that corner where it was by the exhaust was just hard as a rock, and clearly that was the leak. So I'm so glad I'm replacing this puppy. Got it cleaned out as best, as much as I can. It's going to look a little bit hanky. I think I'll clean up the valve cover too, even though really nobody's going to see it, but it'll satisfy me. All right, so I have a new gasket that came with my car because the guy I bought it from a few months ago had done the driver's side. This is just the passenger side. He left the part number in here. And I don't know if this included both sides or what, but VS 5456. So I will now put this in here. Then we'll look at the RTV situation. Did I actually, by luck, just kind of nail that? I did. I didn't know I had that the right direction. I put on some fresh gloves here. Dang. That was fun. And I'll get this in here. Again, you don't want to put RTV on this. There's going to be a little bit of RTV on the engine. Oh, I printed one sheet. Coffee went down. Printed one sheet. Let me get my coffee. Son of a... here is where we're going to want to put our TV. So this is our side here for the passenger side. There's a bit at the top and down the bottom there. Then there'll be a tightening sequence for the nuts as well, the bolts. I don't know why I keep calling them nuts. Okay, so now we're going to apply the RTV, and I'm just using some black, ultra black, because that's oil resistant Permatex. Container I have, and put it here and here. Not going to be much you can see in here, is it? Every morning there's a halo hanging. Huh. Let's see, starting kind of after the one nut goes. Okay, I can tell you that it's freaking hard to see. And I may have just gotten some inside. Yep, alright. Let me get a towel. No worries, I have a ton of those. And my jeans. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Oh, I wish I could see this a little better. Okay, we got all our stuff on. Our TV's on. Gaskets in place and clean. And time to put it on. Let's kind of go in this way. There we go. Okay, let's check our gasket. Make sure it's not coming out anywhere. Now, I might have to do with this hose since they were so hard. She said. And start to get this on. Four on the floor. There we go. All right, quiet down. Okay, so I'm just going around, tighten these in sequence first, and then I'll torque them. Not too much to see. Got the valve cover in okay, I think. I hope. What was I up to? A, B, C. Okay, now I got it D. I'm going underneath. All right, I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, now we shall begin the actual torque sequence. It says 4.7 foot-pounds, which is like 56 inch-pounds that I have on my little Harbor Freight special. Yeah, it does it in inch-pounds. So I'll go around. We start up here at A, over to B, C, D. You just kind of see the pattern. I'll just do that here.
All right, so where we at? Put the reservoir back on. Everything is torqued with the valve cover. Put this back on. All right, what's next? I got to get the air intake back on. Let's do that. All right, everything's back together on the top. Let's get on the bottom. Oh man, this has been a long project. So I'll finally put that back on and we'll go.